Now, the Weather Authority forecast.
Richard McCollough joins us to talk about the weather, which has been somewhat windy today. It doesn't look like it's too bad right now, 1 mile an hour. But Richard was just telling me that there is a chance I'll be able to cut that lawn later this week. We're just looking, just looking for a little bit of dry weather. It feels like every time it starts to get dry, it rains.
Yeah.
I know. Just when you are about to cut the grass.
Of course.
Just you.
That's how it always works.
I'm not going to get myself in any trouble with this, Richard.
When I start to cut the grass, it doesn't rain. No, you've heard that before, haven't you? Let's look outside. Let's take a look at our ultimate Doppler radar. Here we go. We are looking good, actually, this afternoon. But notice that green there to the west, and that is rain associated with a frontal boundary, and that will be coming our way tonight and in the overnight period, and you can expect that rain to come. Here's the ultimate Doppler radar, and as you can see here, quiet for Rochester. There's the green that's associated with a frontal boundary. We'll pull out and show you that is booking. That thing is really moving fast, so it'll come our way as we go through tonight in the overnight, and then kind of quickly move well to the east. Right now, 57 degrees, and Rochester winds out of the west at 14. The gusts are up to 18 miles per hour, but ample sunshine at this 5 o'clock hour, so looking good now. Here is the latest, though, on Tropical Storm Wilma. This storm has actually intensified in the last 24 hours. The winds are now up to 50 miles per hour around the system. Now, here's Cuba. There's the Yucatan Peninsula. Here at the bottom of your screen is South America. It's near the Cayman Islands and near Jamaica at this time. It is swirling around. You can see the swirl there. And we'll be tracking this storm to see if it does turn into a hurricane. And will it track through the Gulf in the next several days or so? We'll let you know the latest on that, of course. But from 7 to 9 p.m. for us here in Rochester and western New York, we're looking good. Temperatures will be in the mid-50s for the most part. Tomorrow morning, some clearing from west to east. We'll see temperatures in the 50s by 8 a.m. in many spots. Then by tomorrow afternoon, we're looking for actually a seasonal day. Kind of windy, though. Temperatures, again, in the low 60s, 62 downtown, 60 in Avon, 60 degrees down in Dansville by tomorrow afternoon, let's say around 3 o'clock. All of this because of the approach of a frontal boundary. Now, by tonight in the overnight, this front and the associated showers preceding it will move in. Cloudy skies, maybe a crack of thunder in the overnight period. That system quickly moves across the area by tomorrow afternoon. We're looking at sunshine, some clouds, but wind tomorrow. And temperatures in the low 60s, about seasonal. And then another quick system, another clipper-like system comes in by Wednesday morning, 10 a.m. That'll give us some showers, but looks like we'll see maybe some clearing by the end of Wednesday as well. But for the rest of the evening, looking pretty good. Clouds and clearing. Breezy, cool, temperatures 55 down to 50 degrees, so pretty nice evening around here. Tomorrow morning, though, the rain ending from west to east, and we'll see some temperatures in the mid-40s, near 50 degrees as you start your day. Breezy and cool start, but a windy day tomorrow. Tomorrow afternoon, sunshine, clouds, seasonal. Your temperatures tomorrow, again, the average high temperatures in the upper 50s for western New York, so we'll be near that seasonal average for tomorrow. And we'll take a look at the forecast into the next several days and into the weekend, and we'll see if Evan can cut his grass.
Yeah, that's the all-important question.
Well, but I'll tell you, after looking at your forecast, it's hard to get selfish. I mean, you talk about maybe another hurricane in the Gulf.
It's possible, yes. We're looking at a possible record there. Yep.
All right, thank you, Richard.
Now, the Weather Authority forecast.
Richard is here. How lucky are you to be working when the sun is shining?
Yeah.
First time in a week, I think. Really, really out there.
I know. We felt like, closed in with all the clouds, but a beautiful weekend.
Yeah.
And, we're looking for actually some spotty showers coming our way over the next couple of days. We'll check the long-range forecast out as always. There's your live shot, the Wham Cam. We're looking at 56 degrees in downtown Rochester. We have clouds and some sunshine, but a beautiful end of the day here, and we will continue to see a nice evening around here as well. Here's our live ultimate Doppler radar. No rain here, but look at that rain there. That's green associated with a frontal boundary. That'll be coming our way later this evening and in the overnight period. We'll put it into motion. You can see that we even have some thunderstorms embedded in this system, so we're looking for some rain coming in the overnight period, but doesn't look like a prolonged kind of rain as we go through the next 24 hours, and you'll see why. But as far as our headlines, at the 6 o'clock hour, we're looking for some rain in the overnight period, some cloudy skies. We will see an actually seasonal day tomorrow with temperatures in the low 60s. More rain for Wednesday. Another weather system comes our way, and then another tropical system to talk about as well. I know you want to hear about that. 57 degrees right now. Winds out of the west at 14. The gusts are up to 18 miles per hour. with ample sunshine before the sun goes down. Yes, Tropical Storm Wilma with winds up to 50 miles per hour. It's moving slightly south now. It's near the Cayman Islands. You can see Cuba there to the north. You can see the Yucatan to the west. And of course, at the bottom of your screen is South America. Now, this storm has actually intensified in the last 24 hours and could possibly become a hurricane over the next couple of days, and we certainly will be tracking it here. But for the rest of the evening, we're looking good here. No hurricanes, no problems with our weather. We're looking at temperatures in the upper 50s, upper to mid 50s for 7 to 9 p.m. this evening. Tomorrow morning, though, low 50s in many spots. The rain will be clearing from west to east in the overnight period. Tomorrow morning looking pretty decent, and then ample sunshine coming through by tomorrow afternoon. Temperatures in the low 60s in many spots, and then actually seasonal temperatures as we go through tomorrow. So looking good by the end of the day. All of this because of a frontal boundary. And you can see here in the overnight, it'll spread some rain and some, maybe a thunderstorm across the area in the overnight period. That quickly moves across the area tomorrow. By tomorrow afternoon, sunshine and clouds, temperatures in the upper 50s and low 60s, so a nice break tomorrow because of the ridge of high pressure. And then another system, another quick-moving system, we'll call it a clipper system, comes in by Wednesday morning, and that means increasing clouds and some showers coming our way. But then by the end of the day, it looks like temperatures back into the low 60s as well. But for this evening, very nice, 55 down to 50 degrees. Clouds, some clearing skies, breezy, a little cool, but not a bad evening. Not a bad evening to be out and about. For tomorrow morning, though, we'll see clouds. Yes, and they'll be clearing from west to east tomorrow morning. Rain ends, breezy and cool, temperatures 45 to near 50 as you start your day. And then by the end of the day, 57 to 62 degrees, clouds and sunshine, windy for your day tomorrow, Tuesday. And we'll call it seasonal with temperature around 62 degrees. Your planning forecast, 62 tomorrow, 63 degrees for your Wednesday. Early day showers, end of the day, some clearing. So not a washout for Wednesday. Thursday, though, cool and pleasant, not bad, 56 degrees. A ridge of high pressure keeps us dry. Friday starts off dry with ample sunshine, then increasing clouds later in the day. High temperature Friday near 55, a little cool, but not bad. And then our next frontal boundary comes in by the weekend, and 57 degrees for Saturday, 54 degrees for Sunday, and then 52 degrees by next Monday. So we are going to see some more sunshine coming our way as we go. You know, Wednesday night and into Thursday. Thursday is a good day to do a little, I know you don't do yard work.
Yeah, but work can be that long.
I know you don't do anything like that, but it's we were talking earlier.
I like to get out there once in a while.
I was talking with Evan earlier about Thursday being a good day to do
Good day to do it. All right. Thank you, Richard, for those of us who go out.
Now, the Weather Authority forecast.
Don Johnson off for a couple of days. Richard McCollough is here, and we can kind of feel that tinge of fall in the air today.
Yep, feels like that.
Put on the jacket or not, just kind of in between.
I know, and the winds kept, picking up this afternoon as well. We'll be watching that for you. Also, we'll check the forecast out into the weekend. Will it be a wet weekend? Will it be a clear weekend? We'll show you that detail as well. Here, outside, live, wham cam, 58 degrees in downtown Rochester, and you see those winds out of the northwest. Rather frisky this afternoon. They'll continue to be that way. And until the sun goes down, we'll see some sun and some clouds. So a pretty quiet evening. 57 degrees right now at the airport, and winds out of the west at 16. The winds are gusting up to 25 miles per hour, so it is rather windy for this hour. Now, the latest on Hurricane Wilma, the winds around the circulation are up to 80 miles per hour. It's a Category 1 hurricane. It's moving to the west-northwest at about 8 miles per hour. Now, there are hurricane watches for the Cayman Islands, for Cuba, for the Yucatan. And here's the projected path of this storm as we go through the next couple of days. It's a Category 1 hurricane, winds around the circulation 80 miles per hour. Now look what happens by tomorrow at 8 a.m. The projection is that it'll have winds of 105 miles per hour by Wednesday. And then by Thursday, 120 mile an hour winds. It begins to move into the Gulf of Mexico into Friday morning. Winds up to 115 miles per hour as it moves toward the Keys. And at this point, towards southern Florida. So we'll be watching the storm. That means by Saturday, it'll be a Category 3 hurricane. And this is a projection. It will change. We'll have to update it, as always, with these storms. But for our weather, we're looking good. Clouds and some sunny breaks until the sun goes down. Temperatures will be in the mid to upper 50s and from 7 to 9 p.m. Tomorrow morning, a little chilly. Temperatures in the upper 40s. And then by tomorrow afternoon, with clouds and some rain, we'll see temperatures actually rather mild tomorrow afternoon, upper 50s and low 60s across most areas by 3 o'clock in the afternoon. All of this because of the current scenario. There's the departing system with the rain in the North Country. That's moving away. We'll have some clouds increasing tonight ahead of our next frontal boundary, as you see here. By tomorrow afternoon, rain clouds, rather mild tomorrow with upper 50s and low 60s is not bad for this time of year. But behind the frontal boundary, tomorrow night and into Thursday, much cooler. We'll see those temperatures dropping down to the mid-50s with some sunshine and some clouds breaking through for your Thursday, so we'll cool down. But for the evening, though, 57 down to 52 degrees, clouds, some sunny breaks. A little cool, but the winds out of the west-southwest 15 to 25 and still gusting for this evening. Tomorrow morning, cloudy skies and temperatures 42 to 47 degrees. And then by the late morning, early afternoon, the rain comes in. Light rain, not a heavy rain, but rain and breezy. Temperatures tomorrow rather moderate, 57 to 62 degrees for your day tomorrow. Now here's the planning forecast. 62 for Wednesday, 55 for Thursday. You want to do some yard work? If you do that kind of thing, and don't have to hire anyone, you do it. 53 for your Friday. It starts off dry Friday, but rain comes in late Friday. And then the weekend looks like, at this point, at this juncture, looks like a wet weekend and damp. Ooh. And 50s, low to mid 50s, kind of like a few weeks ago where we had the drab weekend with the clouds. And we'll see how that hurricane may play a role in our wet weekend as well.
You're not going to be popular with our producer of this broadcast, Beth Schoenhardt, who gets married on Saturday.
Oh, yeah, I've heard that, yeah.
You better change that rain.
We'll see what we can do.
She's looking at you right through the window.
Hi there. Hi, Beth.
More on that storm now. Meteorologist Richard McCollough is in for Glenn today and joins us now with the latest on the path Wilma might take. Richard?
Well, Doug, yeah, this is a historic storm, as you've been pointing out. The wind's now down to 160 miles an hour, but it's still a Category 5 hurricane, a very dangerous storm. Get you oriented. There's Cuba, and there's the Yucatan Peninsula, and of course, the strongest winds around this storm are in the center, and you can see how they extend into Cuba and the Yucatan. If you've ever been to Cozumel or Cancun, these areas are being threatened right now as well. It's moving to the west-northwest at 7 miles per hour. Now, we'll show you the projected path of the storm. Of course, 24 hours ago, we showed you the path of the storm and the strength, and of course, it's broken all records in the last 24 hours. But this is the path right now. 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, 165-mile-an-hour winds associated with the storm. It begins to move into the Gulf of Mexico by Friday, and we're looking at the winds still rather high, 140-mile-an-hour winds. But as it continues to move, it turns into South Florida, and then eventually, over the weekend, moves back out into the Atlantic Ocean. It will be a monster storm. We'll be tracking it. We'll show you the latest on the storm and also the latest on our weather coming up in a few minutes. Now back to you.
All right, Richard, thank you.
Now, the Weather Authority forecast.
There you go, a live look outside. What it doesn't tell us is the wind.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's still windy, but it was really kicking up out there, wasn't it?
It really was. For times it moved through like crazy, but that's really a pretty fall picture right there with that low sun in the sky.
Yeah, that's a fall sky.
Very nice.
Beautiful. Nice
56?
out there right now, yeah.
Richard's
56. We have a few clouds and some sunny breaks as well. It's a pretty decent evening, a quiet evening by contrast here. We'll take a look at our forecast as well. Let's go outside, take a look at our cloud track there. You see we actually have some sunny breaks out there, so you can expect the clouds and the sunny breaks for the rest of the evening. In fact, you'll see the clouds actually thinning out there, and you saw the wham cam with the relatively clear skies as well. And you can expect that for the evening. 56 degrees right now at the airport. The winds out of the northwest at 22, but the gusts up to 29 miles per hour. Yeah, it's really busy out there as far as the winds are concerned, but they'll begin to diminish by tonight. For the rest of the evening, though, a nice evening. I mean, it might blow you around a little bit, but temperatures will be in the upper 50s and low 60s between 7 and 9 o'clock this evening. Now, tomorrow morning, you want to really bundle up tomorrow morning. I mean, south of the Thruway, we'll see temperatures, let's say in Dansville and Warsaw in the upper 30s. Most other areas will see temperatures in the low 40s, but a crisp kind of chill in the air as you start your day at 8 o'clock. Then by the afternoon, we're looking at temperatures struggling to get to the low 50s. The average high temperatures 50 to 55 for tomorrow. So most areas by 3 o'clock will be in the low 50s. Victor, Avon, downtown Rochester, looking at 53 degrees. And all of that because of high pressure, which is building in. Now, there's a departing system. That'll be moving well to the east tonight. Tonight, we'll see the temperatures cool down to the upper 30s, low 40s in many spots. Tomorrow afternoon, sunshine and clouds coming our way, but a cool day. Winds not quite as bad tomorrow. They will be actually cooling down tomorrow night. We could see a little frost south and east of Rochester for tomorrow night and into Friday morning, a crisp start. And again, sunshine and clouds as we go into Friday morning, and an area of low pressure to the south will begin to sneak in here, increasing our clouds and the chances of rain coming as we go into Friday evening and also into the weekend. But for this evening, looks pretty good, except for the winds. They may be pushing you around a little bit, and your high-profile vehicles. 60 down to 55 degrees for the evening, clouds, some sun. very windy and very mild. Those winds out of the west-southwest, 25 to 30 miles per hour. And you check out your forecast for tomorrow morning, and you can expect those temperatures to be in the upper 30s, low 40s as you start your day. Yeah, crisp for your start tomorrow, partly sunny. And then by the afternoon, again, a mix of sun and clouds. High pressure comes in, and we see those beautiful clouds forming and rather chilly. Temperatures, you know, the average high temperature is 59. We're talking about 50 to 55 for tomorrow, so rather chilly. Some of us are jackets, some of us are parkas for tomorrow.
Yeah.
But rather chilly for tomorrow. We'll take a look at the forecast into the weekend coming up.
All right.
Thanks, Richard.
Okay.
Now, the Weather Authority forecast.
Got a little wild and windy around here for a while today. Richard McCollough is here to talk about the weather.
Yes, the winds continue at this hour, but the good news is the winds will not continue into the overnight, and that's always good news. We'll take a look at the planning forecast also into the weekend as well, which doesn't look that promising, but we'll show you what we have. Temperatures at this hour in the 50s in many spots, 53 in Parma and Webster. We have 55 in Canandaigua, not bad. We have sun and clouds, 50 degrees in Leroy, and 54 degrees in Geneseo. We even have 56 degrees way down in Pinyan, so not bad. We have the sunny breaks, which is always refreshing across our viewing area. 56 degrees currently at the airport. Yes, the winds out of the northwest at 22, and they're gusting, though, up to 29 miles per hour. It is a very, very windy afternoon, but much better tomorrow as far as the winds are concerned. But the temperatures, that's a different story. We're looking at low 50s by tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock. Yeah, the average high temperature in the upper 50s. We're looking at low 50s for tomorrow afternoon, but we will see sunshine and clouds throughout much of the day, and it will be a dry day, but a crisp and a cool day nonetheless across our viewing area because of high pressure that'll move in, and we might even see by tomorrow night maybe a little frost, though, especially south and east of town, and especially in portions of the Finger Lakes for your day tomorrow. But it'll be quiet tomorrow. The winds will come down. That's the good news. Here's your temperature regime right now. 63 up in Trenton. We have 52 over in Toronto, but 65 degrees our temperature in Dansville. Pull out and show you that as far as in advance of that frontal boundary today, we had some very mild temperatures. Temperatures right now in the 70s in Pittsburgh and 77 in Washington, even 82 degrees down in Cincinnati. But the air mass behind this system is progressively cooler. As you see a Marquette 50 degrees. We'll be tapping into that cooler air. Now tonight, though, temperatures will drop down to the upper 30s and low 40s across most spots. High pressure will build in by tomorrow afternoon. We're looking for sunshine and clouds, but a quiet day and not quite as windy at all tomorrow. We're looking at those winds diminishing, and that's the good news about it. But tomorrow night, again, into Friday morning, you might see a little frost, especially south and east of town, portions of the Finger Lakes. And then by Friday morning, we're looking at, again, a pretty decent start. Temperatures will be in the 40s, kind of 30s and 40s as you start your day, but increasing clouds later in the day Friday as this area low pressure moves in, and rain coming in late Friday. But for this evening, aside from the winds, we'll see cloudy skies, some sunshine, not a bad evening, 60 to 55 degrees, but very windy and mild. The winds are gusting anywhere from some cases 40 to 50 miles per hour in some cases. Then by tomorrow morning, you can expect a calmer start, but a chilly start tomorrow morning. Upper 30s and low 40s across many spots, but partly sunny, which is a redeeming factor. And then by tomorrow afternoon, you can expect a pretty decent day. We'll see sunshine and clouds, but a chilly day. Need a jacket tomorrow or a sweater. Yes, chilly day. Temperatures 50 to 55 degrees for your day tomorrow. Now, planning forecast, again, low 50s for tomorrow and also into Friday, which starts off with ample sunshine. It's late Friday and into Saturday. We'll see that rain coming in. It looks like at this point, it looks like a pretty wet, gray weekend, unfortunately. 52 degrees for Saturday, and the winds progressively become more south and easterly. And, you know, a couple of weeks ago, we had that drab weekend around here. Well, we could very well be talking about that into Sunday. Breezy, chilly, with occasional rain, could be heavy at times. And then also into Monday, 50 degrees, less rain for Monday and Tuesday, but chilly Tuesday and Wednesday, temperatures back into the upper 40s.
Yeah, that's the high?
By then, yes, the high temperatures.
So we're going to start to see some frost, it sounds like.
Yes, especially tomorrow night, the chance of it south and east of our area. So we'll be watching that as well.
All right.
All right.
Thank you, Richard.
Just checking us out. It is the most powerful Atlantic hurricane in recorded history tonight. It has weakened just a bit, but Hurricane Wilma's winds have dropped from 185 to 175 miles an hour. Wilma is already responsible for the deaths of 12 people. The storm left neighborhoods in Jamaica and the Cayman Islands underwater. Meanwhile, as you can see, people in Florida are just stocking up gassing up at the pumps in preparation for Wilma's anticipated arrival sometime during this weekend, making all the preparations in advance. People in the Florida Keys have already been told to leave. Obviously, we want to check on Wilma's projected path and any impact it may have here later on. Richard McCollough joins us now in the Weather Wall.
Well, Don, this again is a historic storm, as you've been talking about. Yes, in the last 24 hours, it has grown from a Category 1 hurricane. In fact, we rate these hurricanes. It was a Category 1 24 hours ago. Now, it's a Category 5. In fact, it's off the scale with those winds in excess of now down to 160 miles per hour. At this hour, it's moving to the west-northwest at about 7 miles per hour at this point. Western Cuba and the Yucatan, if you've ever been down to Cozumel and Cancun, these areas are under the gun at the 6 o'clock hour. Now, where will it go in the next several days or so? Here's a projection. Of course, this will have to be updated and modified tonight and also through the morning hours tomorrow morning as well. But it's a Category 5. Winds are down to 160 miles an hour, but don't let that fool you. It's still a monster hurricane and very dangerous storm. By tomorrow afternoon, winds could be up to 165 miles per hour as it moves into the Gulf of Mexico and actually intensifies a little bit as it picks up some of the warmer waters in the Gulf of Mexico. By Friday afternoon and into Saturday, it moves into South Florida and then scoots off into the Atlantic Ocean with winds down to 90 miles per hour. Now, the possibility is that some of the moisture from this storm could get caught up with an area of low pressure over our area for the weekend, and we'll be looking at that throughout the weekend as well. But it's a dangerous storm. We'll be tracking it for you as well. 56 degrees right now. Calm weather for us. Winds out of the northwest at 22, the gusts to 29 miles per hour. And eventually, though, these winds will diminish in the overnight. In fact, high pressure is building in. The clouds will dissipate and the winds will calm by tonight. We'll cool down to the upper 30s and the low 40s as you start your day tomorrow morning. But tomorrow will be a more tranquil day. Sunshine and clouds by the afternoon, still on the cool side, but temperatures 50 to 55 degrees. Tomorrow night, maybe a little frost south and east of town, but then by Friday morning, we'll see some sunshine breaking through, but then eventually clouds come in by later Friday and rain comes in by the end of the day. But for this evening, with the exception of the winds, cloudy skies, some sunny breaks, but very windy and mild. Winds out of the west-southwest, 25 to 30, and the gusts even higher. In the overnight and into tomorrow morning, 37 to 42 degrees, partly sunny as you start your day, but rather chilly. And then by the afternoon, we're looking for a pretty quiet afternoon, although rather chilly, 50 to 55 with a mix of sun and clouds, and on the chilly side. Here's your planning forecast. Now check it out here. Temperatures in the low 50s over the next couple of days. 50 degrees for Saturday. Unfortunately, it looks like a gray weekend. In fact, rain could be heavy at times into Sunday with the temperatures only in the 50s. And, of course, Monday a little better as temperatures cool down again to the 50s, but 40s as we move into Tuesday and also into Wednesday. Now, Don, I want to demonstrate something to you for folks that have your home barometer, just to give you a sense. You know, meteorologists talk about millibars and so forth, but your home barometer, it measures the atmosphere in terms of inches. Now, here in Rochester, we're talking about the inches in the 29 range because of that frontal boundary going through. Now, watch what happens here when we go down here. That's where the pressure is with this hurricane. It's in around 2634. That's very low pressure. That means the storm is a dangerous storm. You ever hear the term heavy weather? Well, that's some of the heaviest weather on the planet is measured by the barometer. So we are watching it. You can watch it at home, too. You can track that. So it's really impressive.
Barometers in Florida will be taking a little bit of a trip.
Yes, they will.
All right. Thanks, Richard.